What's up, guys? Today I got to sit down with Jiu-Jitsu superstars MarcusYi and Michael Haapaniemi. We talked a lot about the Memorial Longevity Clinic, how to live a healthier and longer lifestyle. They run all sorts of tests, DEXA scans, VO2 max, cardiac stress tests, and they're giving 20% off to anybody that listens to this podcast between now and the end of this year. Hope you guys take advantage of it and hope you enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, they walk, they talk. They're a couple of killers on the mat. Killers in business. Michael Haapaniemi and MarcusYi.
Hello.
Thanks for being here,
What's
fellas.
going on, guys?
So we're going to get into the nitty and gritty today. We're going to talk a little martial arts. We're going to talk a little health, a little longevity. Wanted to kick it off with my man Marcus over here. Just had open heart surgery. How many weeks ago?
8 weeks.
8 weeks ago. If you don't mind sharing, how old of a fella are you, Marcus?
I'm 56.
56. And when did you start to think that maybe I need to go to the doc about the heart? How did all that come about?
Yeah, so my aunt was the first in our family to have open heart surgery. That was probably 12, maybe 15 years ago.
Okay.
She's my mom's middle sister. So she had open heart surgery. So obviously that was a red flag for all of us. And then
Y'all were smart enough to think family history. We should pay into.
Also, I would say, well, except for one brother, all of them have died from cardiac problems.
Okay.
And then fast forward to this year,
Yeah.
my cousin, who's 10 years younger than me, he had open heart surgery.
Oh, wow.
He was playing pickleball,
Uh-oh. Michael.
Don't look at me.
and he
pickleball
coded on the court.
No way.
Yeah, and so the funny thing is, the guy who resuscitated him was a mutual friend of ours,
Okay.
just kind of out of the blue.
Oh, wow.
He's a family practice doctor. But so when he had that surgery, or when he had that episode, I thought something I need to get checked out.
So what'd you do?
Well, it's funny because last year I was feeling kind of out of gas.
Okay. On the mat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he remembers, but like I just go.
I remember you mentioning it. You were like, am I getting older? What's
Yeah.
the
I
deal?"
just thought, shit, I'm just getting old.
Yeah.
I just thought I'm old, malnutrition,
Lack of sleep.
not hydrated, and I would just be out of gas. I would tell Christian this all the time. I'd tell Jersey,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen until I guess March of this year. We went to Hawaii,
Yeah.
and we were driving to the North Shore from our VRBO,
Okay.
and I had this sort of halo effect around my chest,
Mm-hmm.
inside my chest, and I was like, "That's weird." So I told my wife. And then she said, "Oh, you go talk to Marco, who's my buddy of mine growing up. He's a cardiologist."
Campos?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he,
My mother works with him. Yep.
oh, sweet. Yeah. So he lives down the street from me. So after my surgery, he'd come by almost every day.
Hey, that's good
Be like-
concierge service.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So he'd say, let's do some tests. And I think I may have told you this. Maybe I even told you this. So he did a stress test at his office.
Yeah.
And the tech says, yeah, he was short of breath. And I was like going, man, do you know what I do every day?
Right.
I'm not short of breath. I'm not out of shape.
Yeah.
And then I came back to the gym and I went harder.
Yeah.
And even Marco, after we found out, he goes, I'm surprised you made it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So we did a CT scan, long story short. Then we did the angiogram. And then when they did the angio, they said, "Oh, you need surgery, period." And so that was on a Monday, and so I just said, "Okay, let's do it." And the surgeon came in and he goes, "I'm your surgeon, and I'll take care of it, but we can't do it today." So I did. The following Thursday was my pre-op,
Yeah.
and then we did the surgery the week after.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
How
Okay.
Many bypasses?
3.
3.
They wanted to do 4, but they said when they got in, they were like, you only need 3. So they did the RC, which is my family practice doctor. He actually told me, he goes, the RC is typically people who have smoked,
Okay.
and so I had 100% blockage,
Wow.
100%. So they said I got auxiliary flow from all the other veins. Right?
Okay.
But he said the Widowmaker was 80.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he was like, you got to get those done, right?
Yeah.
So, but he said that he did the mammary arteries, which is according to my cardiologist, he said your belt is your artery, but then they put steel reinforced suspenders on your arteries so that he goes, you're good to go. You'll be fine. So that's kind of where it ended up. So it's like that Monday, I was just thinking to myself the whole time, I called you guys and I was like, I'm not doing anything because I got to make it to the surgery table on Thursday. I was like, I got to make it.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, it was totally wild. Totally wild.
Well, one of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on together is because, Michael, you guys just launched or are launching currently the Memorial Longevity Clinic, which specializes in testing for help people to identify all sorts of stuff, right? And I know you've got a story about your dad with him, kind of similar situation to Marcus there, huh?
Yeah, no, definitely. My family lived through similar episode with my father. He had 5 bypasses. He had the Widowmaker, and it was a stress test that found out that.
Tell us about a stress test. What's a stress test?
Yeah, so stress tests, essentially they hook you up to with leads to an EKG, and they monitor your heart activity, your heart rhythm.
You got to shave your chest a little bit.
You gotta make sure those things stick. But then they put you on a treadmill, gradually increase the intensity, the speed, the incline, and see how your heart reacts to that increased exertion. And the cardiologist can tell by looking at the EKG if there's some abnormalities, and that's usually a sign that there's a blockage. So that's one of the key kind of screening tests for the presence of cardiovascular
That's like
disease.
the easiest, non-invasive 101 for the heart screening.
Yes, that's kind of like the go-to. Like, do you want to get cleared for further physical activity? That's what our cardiologist recommends for. But there's other things you can do. You can do the you can do lab blood work, right?
Sure.
Just to see like how you're progressing, like what Marcus did. You said you got the angiogram, coronary calcium scan. So there's a bunch of different tools that you can kind of put this picture together. And for us, the longevity clinic is all about prevention, right? So our goal is to basically lead that shift from reactive medicine to proactive medicine, right? Our society today is very good at treating sick patients. A lot of money is spent, a lot of effort is spent, hospital care, treating people with cancer, heart disease. But the focus on prevention isn't quite there, and we want to be a part of that change. So proactive care and aggressive screening for early detection, that's what we're really focused on. So, we always say we have 2 core pillars of the longevity clinic. It's the screening for early detection, but then also the lifestyle modification for risk mitigation.
That's cool. So y'all are looking at the whole person,
Yeah.
not just the one department or whatever they're in for.
Yeah. So it's, if you do have the disease, we want to catch it early because outcomes are always better when you catch things early.
Yeah.
Across all the chronic diseases. But I mean, the real question is if you can get ahead of it, we want to prevent you from getting hit in the first place.
Yeah. So one of the things I like about y'all's model, 5 or 6, 7 years ago, one of our black belts was in a similar situation to Marcus, had open heart surgery, and he posts this PSA on Facebook, and he's like, hey, everybody, if you're over 40, like, go get a stress test done. And I was like, okay, how do I do that? And I sent him a message. He was like, oh, just, call the hospital and schedule. So I called one of the big hospitals here. I was like, I want to schedule a stress test. And they're like, well, who's your doctor? I'm like, I don't have a doctor. And they're like, well, you need a doctor's referral. And I was like, so wait, now I got to go find a doctor. And now I got to go to the doctor's office and spend an hour with them and then get them to refer. And it just and I was like busy. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to die. This seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. Right.
Yeah.
But for y'all, like if I wanted to get a stress test, what would I do?
So that's a really good point. What you just said is one of the reasons why prevention is in proactive kind of care is really difficult. You have to take it upon yourself to go to your PCP, to go put this whole program together, ask for the referrals. You're going to go to 3 or 4 different places to get screened and see specialists. So it's very difficult. It is cost prohibitive. And so one of the things that we are trying to help inflict changes to make the format convenient and easy to do under one roof. And you're not going in a big hospital system. You're not having to go to a bunch of different places. You can come in, it's a cash pay clinic, but you can get the screenings that you want, the labs that you want done quickly, and you have a physician team that's guiding you through that whole process.
Ballpark, what do these type of procedures usually run?
So, I mean, it's all over the place. So we screen across all the chronic diseases. So heart disease, cancer, neurological diseases, screening for dementia, that type of thing, metabolic, type 2 diabetes. So we offer individual screening services. We can do packages for, if you want to get a complete cardiovascular screening. But then if you really want to go on the comprehensive side and get screened for everything, we have what we call our longevity plans that will basically get you in for a full day. It might take 2 days, but you're getting all your bases covered, getting checked across all of them. And those programs kind of vary a little bit, but you're looking in the $6,000 to $10,000 range for one of those
for like the full screenings. And then
That's
if I
correct.
just want to do like a quick cardiology checkup, that's in the hundreds.
Yeah, in the hundreds. So
Yeah.
stress test I think is about $300 for us. And then of course, you've got labs, you've got all these different diagnostics that you can run. But each one, it really is a little bit different.
Now the real question, what kind of discount are you going to give these podcast listeners, man? If they reference this, can they come in and get a cheap stress test?
I mean, I'd have to go back and look at what the rules and regulations are for providing incentive pricing in the medical
that's a
services
thing?
world. That's my cop-out answer there. But I think I definitely think partnering with gyms, martial arts schools and stuff to come in and maybe get group rates is actually going to be very beneficial, because I think these communities are groups of people that really do need to be watching out for things like cardiovascular disease. I mean, Marcus right here is an example. Thank God that he was able to, catch it early. But anybody who's, undergoing intense physical exercise should be getting screened for heart disease. And, what you were saying about your family history is really important too. A lot of people say like, I'm going to live super healthy. And like, if you do everything perfect, like your lifestyle, and this is what the physicians, at our clinic have said, your lifestyle gets a vote, but your genetics also gets a vote. And
I think that was part of I know that was the biggest problem for me, is my cholesterol level is just naturally super high, and no amount of diet or exercise was going to improve that. So, my numbers are in the 300s, which is sky high.
Yeah.
Sky high.
And you're a guy that works out every day and watches what he eats and all that stuff.
And after Hawaii, I increased my statin, but I'm also on Repatha now, which is, I forget the,
Is it a blood thinner or?
no, it's a cholesterol.
inhibitors.
It's I forget the formal name of it or what it actually does, but essentially my number is now in the 20s,
Oh, wow.
which is life-changing for me, So, I mean, I'm not going to toy with that.
Yeah.
There are all these podcasters that say, they complain about statins and they refute cholesterol modifying medicines and stuff. So it's like, I get it if you're in the hundreds or something, or
Yeah.
if you have, marginally high, but for someone like me, it's
a non-negotiable.
It really is. My wife, who's a doctor, she's like, we were both like, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Because I was always on statins.
Yeah.
20, 10. Now I'm on 40. So it was a huge deal for me.
Yeah.
And and had my cousin never had a heart attack,
Yeah.
had I never had that weird sensation, which I was dismissed right away,
Right.
who knows where I would end up.
Yeah. I think that's something people struggle with. I've even had chest pain. Did I eat? What's going on there? When do you know? Should I go? When do I go?
And
to
I
the
think
doc?
that's kind of the weird thing for me too, was like, other than that symptom in Hawaii, I didn't feel weird. I didn't have any,
Left
overt.
arm,
Yeah, I had
yeah.
none of that. None of the classic symptoms. I was here at the gym.
Yeah.
I was here at the gym, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, the whole shooting match. I'm going up to the monster here, going, "Come on, man, let's go,"
Yeah.
because I wanted to push myself,
Yeah.
and I felt fine. But then I was like, okay, I need to break.
You were,
The funny thing is, my wife went to the last belt test I was at in October, and she even remarked afterwards. She said, I remember watching you and thinking, you're taking a lot of breaks, because I would roll and I would go, okay, I need a second,
yeah.
and I didn't think anything of it. Again, I thought I was just old.
Yeah.
I just thought it's just a belt test. It's
hard.
It's meant to be. It's meant to break you,
Yeah.
But thinking about it, I was going, yeah, you're right,
Well, I'm interested to see when you get cleared to get back on the mat and roll, how much more octane you
100%, 100%. I mean, I'm back on the treadmill. I'm starting to skip rope. I can't swim yet because they don't want me to
move
extend my
too much.
arms like that.
Yeah.
But I am so eager to get back on the mats. I cannot begin to tell you.
Yeah. Well, coincidentally, you are in the medical billing space as a profession, right? With golden billing. What do you see happening across the board just in the medical space in general with these like pay for clinics popping up and the frustration around health insurance and
Well,
all
it's
that
funny
stuff?
you say that, because the thing that I've really liked about this, what's been happening, is more of the retail space. And I think something like what Memorial Longevity Clinic's doing is really, really great, where you can maybe not circumvent the system, but you can at least design your own path. And being able to go to, let's just say, an urgent care or, a clinic like this, where you can, you don't have to get into some sort of a food chain, you don't have to get into the
big
cycle
hospital
of
system.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I believe in this day and age, especially where people, Uber Eats everything. it's like,
Amazon to your house.
I want to be able to do it. Now, you certainly don't want to take the MDs out of the equation, right? Because you definitely need the experts.
Yeah.
You need to have that sort of wealth of knowledge, that, that scientific exploration that needs to happen at the higher level.
Yeah. And the guy that's hands-on with patients all day goes, "Oh, no, I've seen this one 6 times this week." It's this.
And he knows, just like business, the numbers don't lie. You need to run labs. You need to do tests. You need to, you need to be able to, really understand empirically what's going on.
Yeah. And having the concierge opportunity to, like you said, retail, where anybody can just call a place like the Longevity Clinic and get it booked for themselves is definitely less frustrating. And what's going on nationwide as far as trends with health insurance? I think for like a family of 4, it's somewhere between like $2,500 to $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
To
I mean,
go
it's
get health
expensive,
insurance.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
health insurance is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And forgive me, but Obamacare is kind of giving the keys to the inmates. I mean, it's essentially made, I think, it's made the young and healthy pay for everybody else, because they're the ones that are really kind of going, maybe not falling into the what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the word, the hack
cycle.
or whatever,
Okay.
just like, but it's true. They're trying to get more people on board with insurances so that actuarials can make more money,
Yeah.
but as far as like health insurance, I mean, it's funny, when I was in the surgery, when I was in the OR, not in the OR, but the ICU, there were so many people that came to see me. I mean, granted it was the ICU, but there were so many people that would come to see me. "Oh, Mr. Yi, I'm with intensive care. I'm with cardiology. I'm with pathology. I'm checking in on you." And it kind of made me think, wow, healthcare is expensive, but it's for a reason, because there's just so many layers of protection for people. I mean, you think about the old days when you watch TV. I was watching Halloween 2 the other night, and like they're like all these people sharing a bedroom.
Yeah.
But now it's like everybody's got their own bedroom.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. And yeah, when you're in that spot, you're glad you got health insurance and you're glad those people are coming and checking on you.
Yeah.
And
Have y'all ever had any experience about anybody getting health care out of the country?
you mean like someone going
Like
to
is-
Mexico
yeah,
for
or
dental
no,
work
well,
or
like
something? Or
like let's say for example, I was thinking about this. Like if I had the same heart attack and I was in Italy or whatever, I would wonder what the care would be like. I mean, I'm sure there are different layers, but like
How
my
soon would you get in? And
yeah, but my surgeon when I was telling him like I want to get on the plane, he goes, I got people that fly in from Saudi Arabia and whatever. They're back on the plane in 2 weeks.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I think for sure you want to be in the Texas Medical Center if you've got a big issue.
Right?
Right. And you want to get
there's a
back there if
reason
you
why
can.
they fly down here.
Yeah, it's the best medical center in the world. What 11,000 something beds in the TMC. I mean, it's where heart surgery was invented.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be for sure.
Right.
But a lot of countries do have heart surgery, for example, has been a thing for like 75 years, and most of the world has access to adult heart surgery, and it's still about a third of the world has access to pediatric heart surgery. I spent a lot of time in the nonprofit world in that heart space.
That's really cool.
Okay, cool. So, for somebody like me, a family, say it's $3,000 a month for me to pay for my family to have health insurance, right? If I took that $3,000 and put it in a health savings account, I think there's a cap on that. I don't even know. I probably couldn't put more than that. But I feel like I'm not
the wrong person to be asking me that. I'll get you my guy on the phone though.
But my thought is like, okay, my family's hopefully not going to need $30,000 worth of health insurance stuff this year, right? We're young, we're healthy, etc.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm 70, I might be singing a different tune, but I might have Medicare, Medicaid, that kind of stuff, tapping into that by then. So I feel like there's a much more economical way to go about, and I think there's a lot of people that pay for their own health insurance. I started doing one of these MediShare things. Are y'all familiar with these deals?
Yeah.
So for my family of four, it's like 400 something bucks a month. It's not true health insurance, but it's like shared cost.
Yeah.
It's almost like
it's a
Ponzi.
Christian-based,
It's like a Ponzi scheme MLM kind of vibe to it. It's not a Ponzi scheme.
They're all a bit of a Ponzi scheme.
They're all a bit of a Ponzi scheme. But I mean, we had a baby on it, and like all the bills got paid. I would
Was
figure
that like through Aflac or something?
No, it was through.
It's called MediShare. That's the name of the company.
MediShare is the name of it. Yeah, it was. It's a Christian. I think that this one is like they don't pay for things that don't align with their Christian values. So like abortion or drunk driving accidents and stuff like that. So as long as you're not doing that stuff, the rest of your stuff is covered.
I've seen
It's
the
pretty
business
cheap.
card. I just don't know all the flavors of insurance. I just see insurance cards all day long.
Yeah. Well, I think my biggest, the healthcare system for sure needs some reform, but this is the best place in the world to be if you have an issue.
I think getting back to what you're doing, I think a lot of it's lifestyle choices.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was working with a family clinic over in the medical center, and I would see all these people that were in the clinic, and they were all heavy, but 99% of the time they were diabetes, hypertension, gout, that kind of thing. So it was all like, I don't know, I'm being very general, but it's all
Comorbidities.
people eating
Yeah.
Cheetos and smoking cigarettes and not eating right, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels like that's really to his point where, we address acute issues as opposed to staying healthy.
Right.
I really feel like that's a societal problem,
Start with good diet, good sleep.
100%.
Yeah, that
Make
goes a
good
long way.
choices. I mean, my team, I've been trying to get them to do, privates here every week.
Yeah.
Just so they
Your
can,
team at work.
just so they can kind of get addicted to eating right and, fueling right,
exercise
FUEL right, and exercising, getting addicted to exercise.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it on the clock just to go for a walk.
Right.
I make them come here and
On
they're
the clock.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a matter of motivation, and it's interesting to see the difference in the generational levels of motivation about health and in fitness as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think my parents' generation just doesn't quite care as much when it comes.
But your generation, I mean, I'm generalizing here, but it's like feels like the YouTube that caters to your generation is all about sleeping right, eating right,
Yeah.
carnivore diet, vitamins,
yes. And I
Yeah.
think this is
AG1, the whole shooting match.
Yeah.
It's also pairing nicely with the introduction of data. People are able to track
Yes.
the wearables,
the
track
Whoop
their
and-
sleep.
100%.
Yeah.
When you have 2 glasses of alcohol before bed and then see that your resting heart rate is up 25%,
Yeah.
then you actually are much more motivated to make a difference in lifestyle choices.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But I think the fitness generation is now being followed by health and fitness, and they're starting to pair well together. And that's a lot of things that I've kind of started seeing is that you're getting these facilities and programs that are pairing the medical side with the fitness side as well, and the nutrition side and the lifestyle side.
I mean, hell, the Apple Watch is making people, just do a little bit more. I don't know. How old are you?
33.
Oh, yeah. So that generation, I mean, I probably listen to the same podcasters.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page, right? So
So
Yeah.
do you wear a Whoop? Do you guys wear any wearables?
I used to
No.
wear the Whoop.
Okay. So
what is that?
Whoop is the fitness and sleep tracker that I have on my wrist right now.
It's pretty cool.
They just
Do you sell those at the clinic?
we don't sell them. I don't know if Whoop is going to give us a commission, but I did see that. I think it was just a few days ago they introduced their Whoop Labs program. So, I've been waiting for this to
Did
happen.
you say Whoop Labs?
Labs, yeah. So what they're doing is through Whoop you can order blood work.
Oh, cool.
A lot of these different programs like Function Health that have these blood testing memberships, they're all partnering with Quest, LabCorp. But then you're going to be able to have your health data merged in with your fitness data to give you kind of a complete view.
Is it did like genetic DNA type stuff map into that?
I'm not sure exactly what tests they're going to offer. I think
Yeah.
they're probably going to offer a lot of the basics. But you can, like Function Health, they've got like their base plan. It's basically a very slimmed down version of what we offer at the Longevity Clinic. It's like an annual membership type thing, but there's a lot of add-ons. So, I mean, a lot of these companies are just basically offering, and this is what we do. We partner with Quest as well. A lot of the lab work that Quest offers. And so, yeah, you can do genetic testing. I mean, we work with a few other providers on that, but there's a lot of data that people are starting to, realize that it might be beneficial to regularly refresh my data so that I have a view as to what's going on instead of just getting it done, at the time that there might be a problem or getting the very base levels of blood work done at my annual physical.
So how many labs do you run in a panel for a patient?
So it depends on what they're coming in for, but we have,
So if I want like the whole shooting match,
yeah.
is that like 50, 60, 30, 20?
So
I'm curious.
Yeah, no. So, okay. So we run,
And then how often do you guys recommend, and I'm curious about this too, how often do you guys recommend running labs? Because I was thinking about this, like, should I be running my labs, twice a week? I mean, twice a year, 3 times a year? Because I know I do it once a year every physical.
Well, that's more than most people.
You know where I'm going with this.
sure.
So I'm curious.
That's a great question. And that there's a balance.
That's a great question. Let's take.
So
Let me
you can,
text them.
you can go overboard. You really can.
Yeah, totally.
And you don't need to be doing it, every month. You don't need to be, wasting money. It's bad medicine. It's bad practice. But you do, I think that the shift is that you do need to be more aggressive with it,
Yeah.
right?
Especially if you have an issue.
If you've had an issue or if you just want peace of mind, right?
I mean,
It's
that's
really
kind of
about
where
what
I'm
you're willing
going,
to
because
invest in.
like I don't want this thing to catch me again.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not doing this again.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll show you the scar. I'll show you the 3 shotgun holes I have in my stomach. I don't want to do that again.
Sure.
So Yeah. So I was just curious because I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, well, so you go to a standard physical, you're going to get your standard set of labs.
Yeah. It's about
Uh,
6.
There's a lot more that you can be doing to basically see if you're progressing in the right or wrong directions for some of these chronic diseases. A lot of people who may be paying attention know that there's a lot more on the cardiac and lipid side beyond the standard cholesterol panel that's being offered, right? You'll hear like the Peter Attias of the world talk about ApoB and LP-A
Right.
and all of these types
Right,
of.
right, right.
I actually did my cardiac labs recently, and the standard cholesterol panel all came back in the green, but then the more granular levels of my LDLs and the particle size and the particle count came back way out of whack.
See, that's what I've been kind of curious because, like, I know that they give you the sort of the standard measures, but the size. I mean, that's kind of the granularity that I think that most people kind of don't miss.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have, if I had just gotten a standard cholesterol panel,
Everything looks.
I would
fine.
have gotten the check mark, the green light, like you're fine. But these results triggered now, okay, I need to meet with the dietitian.
Yeah.
I have a family history of heart disease as
When
well.
was your dad?
Did my dad have his operation? It was about 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, y'all are going to turn me into a hypochondriac
Because I mean, that's kind of a foretell
of when he might have an issue.
That's right.
So he was
Yeah.
what, in his 60s?
He was in his, I think, late 50s. Yeah, double check.
Late 50s?
Yeah. Late 50s, early 60s.
20-something years, bro.
And
You're good.
So
Well, that's the thing. Do I want to just say I'm good till then, or do I want to
right.
make
no
Get ahead of
changes
it.
today that
Yeah,
will
yeah.
make those little micro changes prevent me from getting?
The 50-year-old me is telling you better jump on that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But most people my age don't think that
100%.
they have to worry about
100%. I
Yeah.
was smoking back when he was his age.
You were?
Yeah, I just quit smoking about 10 years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I mean, when I first started jiu-jitsu, that's what
Interesting.
made me quit,
Interesting.
you know?
Yeah.
Now, your father is Finnish.
that. That's correct.
So does the Finnish have any sort of genetic?
Predisposition?
Yeah. I mean, what
the
made him
Finns.
have that?
So
If you
that's a
don't
good
mind,
question.
I mean,
Yeah.
excuse me, that's your father's
No, no, no,
history.
no.
I mean, there's no reason you have to tell me that. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
There was okay. He blames it on having eaten a lot of steak. And,
No, come on,
you
man.
know, and
Everybody
we
needs a
know
ribeye.
that that's not necessarily going to be the only factor. He had hypertension. He had a high blood pressure.
Yeah. I don't have high blood pressure, but yeah. and I'm just trying to understand where people are coming
He had
across.
kids that
It's-
stressed him out a whole
Alcohol.
bunch.
It could have been genetic.
Yeah.
It could have been being a little overweight. It could, a lot of different things that are contributing. You know, people don't even realize sleep apnea is a contributing risk factor for heart disease.
I just had a sleep study.
Yeah. And a lot of people have sleep apnea that are not diagnosed. It leads to high blood pressure. It leads to a bunch of complications. Your heart doesn't have a full chance to rest and wind down.
That's right.
And I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and it's
How did you know?
because I could tell sometimes I was waking up and like kind of choking on my own breath. I think my tongue kind of falls back, and I'm not overweight by any means, which is usually the profile. But if you snore, you should get checked out for sleep apnea because it can cause a lot of problems down the line.
100%.
And
Just
that's
because you just have like lack of oxygen while you're sleeping 8 hours a day?
Yeah, so you're basically going through this cycle where every, minute you basically stop breathing.
Yeah.
And then your body wakes you back up, and then it's this kind of back
kills
and
your
forth.
recovery, kills
Your
everything.
recovery. It leads to high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And your heart just needs a chance to relax, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a physician, but this is what I learned
You're
during my
not?
during my
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn
what?
Express last night?
definitely not.
You don't play one on a video game?
But yeah, and I think that if you can address some of these smaller risk factors, whether it's lifestyle and like lipid profiles or things like sleep apnea, you're going to benefit down the line.
Did your Whoop tip you off at all to sleep apnea?
I've always seen that my kind of heart rate is all over the place, and my sleep doctor basically told me that wasn't normal. And how do you understand if that's all you know and you're used to, that's not normal, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like telling, a fish they're in water. That's all they know.
So do you have CPAP?
I do have a CPAP, yeah.
Oh, right, man. You're
Yeah.
popular
When did
on
you
the
get
guys'
that?
trips, huh?
Or when did you get diagnosed?
About 2 years ago.
Because I just had my sleep study 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And, he told me, my pulmonologist, he said, yeah, since you just had heart surgery, you really need to fix this.
Yeah.
Because to his point.
Did your results come back yet?
I was actually supposed to have my appointment today at this time, but I told him I got to be here.
He's got something better to do.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I'd rather hang out with my boys than come see you. He's across the street, by the way. So.
Okay.
But I haven't gotten my study results back.
Okay.
But what's interesting is I tried getting a sleep study. Did you have to do the cannula the first time when you did it?
With the camera,
Did you do the cannula, the thing that goes in your nose?
I like for my mask?
No, for your for the test.
No. So I first did an at-home take-home sleep study. So it's this
it
thing
the
called
watch?
WatchPat 1.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one I just did too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty accurate.
Yep. And then
Okay.
after that, I did an in-person sleep study.
You went to the studio.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
stayed overnight.
Well,
and
that
they-
sucks because you're going to get crap sleep anyway just because you're somewhere else, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But they can still pick up on a lot more things that
Okay.
you can't necessarily have to take home.
Okay.
There's certain things like leg movements that could be waking you up. They can test for a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally
Do
be
they have
able to.
cameras on you, like
They
watching
do.
you?
Oh, yeah.
It's not the best night of sleep ever. They've got a little speaker in there and you can talk to them. There's someone pretty much watching you the whole night.
That's creepy.
Yeah. through the camera, not in person.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
dressed it up like a hotel room. It was worth doing just to make sure that I got the data.
What's a sleep study cost out of pocket? Any idea?
So I think that WatchPat 1, I know at the clinic we offer it, I think it's about $250.
Oh, $250 for a
Yeah.
watch sleep study at my house?
Yep.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
With the Elite MMA discount, it might be $125, Marcus. You never know.
Should have waited.
One thing I'll say though, since my father did have cardiovascular disease, I encouraged him because I saw that he was snoring a lot to go get a sleep study years after he had his surgery. And he's always had high blood pressure and his results came back like very intense sleep apnea. So he got on the CPAP and now kind of, we're questioning whether or not that was a contributing factor to the development of his hypertension and his
For sure it
cardiovascular
was,
disease.
right?
It's got to be linked.
Yeah.
Or it amplified it.
Yeah,
It might not be the
sure.
source of it, but it sure
Yeah.
didn't help it.
Absolutely.
What's
Yeah.
funny is my wife says after surgery, she goes, I snore less.
You snore less after
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah. And what's even more interesting is I don't get migraines anymore. I used to get them almost every weekend.
We had like 80% blockage on that
Yeah.
one. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. nuts, man. I'm surprised you could do jiu-jitsu at the level you were doing it.
Mm.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Do you think that staying in good shape helped you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I credit. I mean, what do they say? Jiu-Jitsu's life. I mean,
Yeah.
I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
I'll never stop.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hungry to get back on the mat.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling him before we started, I was like, I'm going crazy.
Jiu-jitsu is life-saving.
Hell yeah.
We could do thumb wars or
So
something.
it's okay. So it's funny. Like I was thinking like, oh, I wonder if Neon Belly helped my chest pain, because I'm like so used to it. This guy crushing me or, somebody,
You're used to
crushing
getting
me.
smothered, so
Yeah.
you can hang a little bit more.
But the other thing I found out is like the muscle. It's like the people who train or who have more who work out, they have more pain because they have more muscle underneath in their sternum plates.
This is kind of morbid, but I always thought, because I've been choked like so many times, that if I ever, knock on wood, like drowned or like, I felt like I would have peace of mind through that. I'm like, oh, I could be with this. You know what I mean?
Dude, that is
terrible?
messed
Pretty dark.
up, man.
When I was a kid, drowning was like my biggest fear. And then I was like, you know what? I've gotten like,
Yeah.
I mean, you get
They say
choked
it's the
and-
worst way.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, knock on wood. I don't want that in my
Yeah.
life, but I mean, anyway, just sort of a fun anecdote there.
Yeah, that ain't fun.
Yeah,
Anecdote, yes, but
I'd be curious to see if there was ever a study done on jiu-jitsu practitioners, whether or not they have better or worse carotid arteries.
Based on people
yeah,
trying to choke them.
you.
Yeah,
That
because
makes sense.
I mean,
Well, you could do the study with your echo machine.
well, we can test that.
We
but
do have some guinea pigs we could send your way.
sure. It'd be interesting to see, because if it's
But you
always
would
being
need, that would need
compressed,
to be like a big long study, man.
Yeah.
Like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw something out there about it. I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Okay, so shifting gears a little more to performance, right? So VO2 max, grip strength, you mentioned Peter Attia. Those are two really big indicators for longevity. Are those measures that you guys do there? Or do y'all talk about grip strength and
Absolutely.
VO2 max?
Yes. So as part of the kind of lifestyle side of things, we have a personal trainer, dietitian. Our personal trainer, Ryan, will do a fitness evaluation. If you need help implementing exercise prescription, we do the personal training as well. But like you said, a lot of the performance kind of metrics, there are some indicators that correlate with longevity, VO2 max and grip strength being kind of these tells that kind of show, if you have a high grip strength, you've probably, put in the work for, strength training, mobility, these types of things. So you have higher longevity, probabilities. VO2 max is basically your cardiorespiratory fitness. It's how much oxygen you can consume.
Have you ever done one of those VO2 max tests?
No, I was just thinking about it.
I did one, and it was a pain in the ass to schedule as well. But I went and did it, and I
What
was.
do you mean pain in the schedule?
Well, it was
because the place was busy or whatever?
Well, no, it was just like, do I need a doctor's thing? And it was through one of the big hospitals here. And anyway, but be much easier to swing by your place
Sure.
and do it. But I was really surprised. I might not have got a good reading, because I hear like that's an easy test to screw up.
Yeah.
But like if the mask isn't on you tight enough, like
Yeah.
you don't get a good reading. But what it showed was that I was very like not in as good a shape as I thought I was. And then so one of the solutions is plugging in long, boring cardio sessions with a low heart rate, like 120, 130 for me.
That's what I've been doing.
About my age, and like 30-minute minimum, hour kind of max for me, once or twice a week. And I plugged those in, and it's all about building this pyramid, because everything I was doing was like high intensity stuff.
Yep.
And then I put in that low, slow burn, and then I did that for a few months, and I felt better. I could roll longer. Just my health in general did get better. So I thought that was a cool test to run.
I'll say like when I was trying to get my purple, you know, High told me roll a long time.
Yeah.
So Christian and I would roll 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a few breaks here and there, but we would just go.
Yeah.
Not very high. I mean, medium intensity.
Yeah.
You know, but oh God, I was going to ask you something about that too.
The VO2 max or the grip strength?
I was going to ask you about something. Gosh, dog it.
And the grip strength is mostly, or he'll come to him in a second.
Yeah, go.
The grip strength is around just like it's one of the last things to go, or one of the first things to go.
Think about how.
Don't look at me and go, look at the old man over here, the strength in his hands.
Think about what happens when elderly people fall. They have a fall, right?
Yeah.
And they might break something, and some people never fully recover, and that puts them down a path. If you have higher grip strength, you can catch your falls, and that itself is a big predictor of longevity.
That's 10 years.
Itself.
You got 10 more years if you stop yourself from breaking your hip in your 70s.
Yeah. If you get into a weird situation, trip and fall over something, and I mean, you don't have that stability and the ability to catch yourself, like that can lead to some serious problems.
Yeah.
But I think you also have to think about, it's hard to maintain muscle as you get into your older years. Sarcopenia is a big thing. And the more that you focus on strength, in addition to obviously cardiovascular exercise, the higher that you'll be able to maintain that strength in your older years. And that's going to be, important for everything. You want to be able to pick up your grandkids, right? You want to be able to go up a flight of stairs, not be wheelchair bound.
What did
These
you
are all
say? Sarcopenia? What is it?
Sarcopenia.
sarcopenia.
Are you sure you're not a doctor, dude?
I picked up a few things paying attention. Sarcopenia is essentially
Muscle.
the muscle loss
Yeah.
as you age.
Okay.
Is that's
Fair. So this is a promotion for gi jiu-jitsu now, because us gi jiu-jitsu guys have crazy grip strength.
yes.
And so all these no-gi guys, they're missing out on this. They're going to
Yeah.
break a hip in their 70s because they're not putting the gi on and training. Okay,
It's-
you got to get those cat grips. You
true.
got to get that cross collar, that cross grip, all that stuff keeps these babies strong.
It really is true. I had a competition at our performance center with the personal trainer who's much stronger than me,
Yes.
and I had by far the highest grip strength in my right hand, which is my preferred hand for grabbing the collar grip and
Yes.
everything. And it was 100%.
So
from training
what was
jujitsu.
your? Do you remember the number?
I can't
How did
remember
you?
the
What
number.
did y'all?
It's like this thing you squeeze. Tyler, one of the kids, brought it up
Yeah.
here one night, and we all did it. Yeah.
Mm.
But so you were what, like 10, 20, 30% more than him?
I think I was probably about 50% higher.
50% higher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have brought it in.
Yeah,
Have a
we
little
should mess with
competition.
that. Because I'm not like a big, strong weight guy, but I've squeezed those things too, and like been off the charts for
Yeah.
some dude my age squeezing that thing. So yeah, that jiu-jitsu
I believe it.
helps with it.
I believe it.
Yeah. Nice.
But like, doesn't I think it's Atia that talks about like one of the biggest things that you can do is being able to sit up on your own, stand up on your own, or without having to.
from the ground.
Yeah.
If you stand up without using your hands, if you're like sitting Indian style, can you get up off the ground?
I forget which one he was talking about, but yeah, I remember reading about that or hearing about it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good ones
Yeah.
too.
That's just like a factor of your independence, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, cool. What else you got cooking over there, man?
I'm just looking up some grip strengths right now to see what the ranges are. I think what am I, 30 to 40 dominant hand, mean grip strength for male is 94.
You were probably like 120, 130,
I think I was in the 150.
You were in the
to-
150
yeah,
range.
150 to
Yeah,
160.
that
Oh, I
tracks.
want to see that thing.
Yeah.
It's this cool little thing. You just grab it and it's
Because
got a
that's the
little
one
screen on it.
thing Donaher talks about. He goes, one of the last things to go is your grip.
Yeah.
There's that jiu-jitsu for old guys.
That old man strength.
That's me.
All right, let's do this. Let's kick it over to our producer, Devin. Every now and again, she has a fun question for us. Dev, you got anything for us today, or is it crickets over there?
I don't know. You guys have been talking about a lot of great things with the heart. I mean, did you guys all meet together at Elite MMA?
Did we all meet together at Elite MMA? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Y'all trained at Greenway
Yeah. We met at Greenway.
Y'all met at Greenway. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I met you when you came
when
here.
we came over here to open the
You were
memorial
at
location.
Kingwood?
I was all over the place. Baytown for a long time, Kingwood for a little while, right before COVID, and then we opened this one kind of right out of towards the end of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, I started over at Greenway, moved over here as soon as this one opened. Offices just down the road.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Y'all
Marcus and I were early rivals, I would say.
Early rivals. That's pretty good.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You guys were saying a lot of great things about surgery and if you have surgery, and even for Marcus who's already post-surgery, like, are you in the clear after surgery? Is there anything that he needs to continue?
So the question is, when is Marcus going to be ready for the UFC?
Oh, good Lord. I just watched Smashing Machine.
Oh, did you see it? Is it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good.
I
saw
have
it
this
last night.
like knee-jerk reaction not to watch martial arts movies because I'm like, I think I'm gonna
Well,
find it
it's-
cheesy and
It's a biopic, you know. It's not a martial arts
Okay.
movie necessarily.
Okay.
It's about Mark Kerr, you know.
yeah.
So
Did The Rock do a good job?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, you know, they did their best.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're the new smashing machine? Is that what you're saying?
No. Oh, it's funny. One of the final. Well, I'm trying to think how to say this. There's a shower scene, and I
Okay.
was thinking about when I got my first shower after surgery, and I was just like, I just sat in the shower, just going, "Oh, this feels so good."
Yeah. So any like gratitude that you have now that you didn't before? Any like life-changing, transformational? Like I used to do this. Now I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do more of this.
Well, I don't want to get too deep because I might get emotional about it, but like, you know, it's like I think I tell my kids this all the time. It's like, you don't have to go to school, you get to go to school.
yeah.
You know? And so I was thinking to myself the whole time thinking, I get to go back to jiu-jitsu. I get to go to church. I get to go eat meals. I was real quiet. I mean, he knows because I didn't tell him until way later.
Yeah.
You knew because
Yeah.
it was early on, but like, I didn't really feel special or like, I didn't want people to feel woe is me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just thought, I'm just gonna, my potential outcome was gonna be better or at least as good.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I have an accountant, he's going through cancer surgery
Yeah.
and it's not good.
Yeah. There was a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a solution to
Yeah,
your
100%.
ailment.
So I was just going, yeah, I'm good. Even though I was in pain or whatever, I was like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not bitching. Because I'm alive and I get to figure out what I'm going to do next.
That's pretty cool.
That was cool. It was totally fine. I didn't feel, I felt depressed a few times, mostly because I'm sitting at home watching YouTube, reading books. I was like, oh, this is boring. I want to go back and see the guys at the gym,
Right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm totally
You really
fine.
did take it like a champ. I mean, we talked a few times
Yeah,
prior to you going
and I
into the surgery.
appreciate that. You called
Yeah.
me a lot. I was like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah. And you were like, no, yeah, it could suck a little here or there, but and then you made it home really quick too, right? I mean,
yeah, 4 days.
record time.
I just
crazy.
wanted out. I mean, to the point about getting a good night's rest. I mean, when you're in the hospital,
Yeah.
you're not getting sleep.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
I know that they don't prioritize the sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
they're-
I understand it, but like, I
in
think
the ICU, they're coming in almost every hour.
Yeah.
your
checking
body
vitals and-
recovers when you sleep, and if you, it's just wild.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. They're pricking my finger for blood sugar. They're doing the chest X-ray. They're putting the sheet or the image block behind your back. So you're trying to arch your back so they can slide it in there, but you got these chest tubes in your body.
Because you're still draining fluids
Yeah.
for.
It's painful. Not painful. It's just very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you can't sleep. No way.
It just makes
I will
problems
say,
worse.
I was like, two things jiu-jitsu helped me right away. I was able to get out of bed because you got to keep your hands in tight. They say, I don't know if you know this, but like you got to live in the tube.
Okay.
So they don't want your arms flailing out like that.
Because of your chest has just been split open.
So they just want you like this, right? So I
Okay.
was able.
Elbows
my
in.
core
Like
is pretty
defending from mounts.
exactly.
T-Rex arms.
That's right. That's right. And then, walking the dogs, the dogs want to yank me one way or the other. So I'm sitting there going, elbows in tight
Okay.
the whole time. Just, I was even telling my wife, like, staple your elbow to your rib cage because she would walk the dog.
And the
I,
dog-
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu helping people after surgery.
No, I mean, it's amazing.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you fellas want to dive into?
I sent you guys something earlier today, and we have this kind of list of longevity tips that we have on our website for the clinic. And there's one that's, we have everything from screening to diet to sleep health and stress. Community is a big thing, but in our, lifestyle activity section, there is one about martial arts, and it was interesting to see because all of these are, research based. I'm just going to read it out loud here. Martial arts combines physical training with cognitive engagement and discipline. Practices such as Tai Chi, Judo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu improve muscular endurance, flexibility, and neuromuscular coordination. Research shows martial arts training reduces fall risk, enhances bone density, and promotes psychological resilience. In addition to physical benefits, martial arts emphasizes mindfulness, focus, and controlled breathing, which lowers stress and can improve cognitive function. This dual physical mental training supports both health span and lifespan. So I thought that was awesome.
That's
You
cool.
think, oh, I'm going to go to jiu-jitsu, I'm going to get beat up and it's going to wear my body down. And there are, wear and tear aspects to jiu-jitsu, but you got to realize, compare this to the people that are doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
This is exercise. This is balance. This is mobility, stability. This is an outlet for stress, right?
Yep.
This is a practice is community.
100%.
It's huge, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
These are all physical thrusts towards longevity and,
100%.
better health.
Yeah, I'm like a 30-year experiment almost at this. I started in my late teens. I just turned 45 this year, and so when I look at my overall health compared to other guys my age that haven't been doing anything, it's drastically different. I used to think like, fortunately, I don't have very many joint issues. I have a back thing that I've overcome. But I even thought like, well, I mean, I wonder if my knees are going to give out faster. But like, no, just like and my buddies would be like, do you get like an MRI once a year just to make sure everything's okay? And I'm like, no, man, I feel good. I'm getting after it. I'm still wrestling grown men every couple of days on the mats, and then complementing that with some strength and conditioning as well. I think that's important. I don't think martial arts only is the solution. I think you need some strength, some little bit of conditioning in there,
Absolutely.
the diet, the sleep, all of it. But yeah, for sure, man. It's a cool lifestyle, and you get to meet cool guys like you guys.
Everybody needs their tribe.
I got a client who, I won't say names, but his son trains jiu-jitsu, and he's like, oh man, I wish he would quit. So when I'll see him, he's a cardiovascular surgeon, so he actually saw me, and he's like, are you going to give up jiu-jitsu? I was like, beep, no.
Yeah.
No. You can definitely, I can definitely.
Why does
say
he
no.
want his son to quit?
I think he's also a little bit of a meathead, so I think or not a meathead, but I think he goes a little too hard.
Oh, the son?
Yeah, and I think he broke something.
He needs to chill a little.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
And I even told him, I was like, hey man, you want to train? I'll be more than happy to train with you. We take it easy.
Yeah.
Especially now that you broke your leg or whatever it was. But no, there's no way I'm giving this up. I mean, I plan to do this until I can't.
In your 80s.
100%.
That's right. All right, cool. Well, fellas, Michael, if somebody wants to go to the Memorial Longevity Clinic, what do they do to come see you guys?
You guys just look us up, memoriallongevity.com, Memorial Longevity Clinic on Instagram. Give us a call.
What if they want to play pickleball? What do they do there?
Pickleball. Yeah, Ranch Pickleball. We got everything,
Ranch office.
Oh,
We got
that's what I was going to tell you. That's what I was going to say. Okay. I went to play pickleball at his court with my daughter.
Okay.
He was in the next court with his buddies.
Okay.
And I remember being completely gassed after playing pickleball.
Okay.
And he even said, he goes, what did you say? You're all show, no go or something like that. He's like, and he's like, he goes, oh man, you're out of gas. I was like, I remember thinking to myself, yeah, I'm out of gas.
Yeah, and it was the ticker.
And I won't lie. I was thinking to myself, am I really okay?
Yeah, that was one of the early indicators.
Yeah, because I mean, I played tennis ever since I was a little kid. you know?
Yeah.
And so when I was playing with my daughter, I was going, wow, this is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. And I was like, I need a break.
Well, he's got a reputation for being a pretty good pickleball player. Is that what you witnessed, or?
I'll tell her I'm going to tear him apart. Once I get my ticker back, I'll piece him up.
Okay.
I thought it was good, but then once we opened those courts, we attracted some really good players.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little fish again.
Really?
I used to be the big fish, but I've seen some high level pickleball playing.
And so folks want to do this. So you guys have pickleball courts off of Blaylock and close to Westview?
Yeah, it's so we're at 1220 Blaylock, just north of I-10. It's a sister company to the ranch office, our co-working space, but it's open for booking to the public. So anybody can go to ranchpickleball.com and book a court.
Ranchpickleball.com. What does it cost to book a court? 20, 30, 40 bucks?
So it depends on the time of day, but our peak hours is 30, 35, and evening 8 to 11
Enter
is
your
20.
coupon.
You hear
$20
that,
an
folks? It's 25 for Elite MMA.
Enter your coupon code now.
hour. If you beat me in jiu-jitsu, you get a free
If
reservation.
you can submit Michael, he
Here we
hooks it up
go.
with an
Bring me
hour.
back. Bring
You're
me
gonna have
back.
some challenge matches now. You're gonna have
Yeah.
black belts from across the land
There you
calling
go.
in to book their pickleball.
That's right.
Well, fun stuff. Okay, so folks can go to the Memorial Longevity Clinic and call you guys. And do y'all have like a menu on your website where they can pick and choose which tests they want to run?
Yeah, we've got you can compare the plans, and anything that you see there, all the services can be done individually.
I want to
a la
hit
carte
that
as well.
VO2.
It's cool. I'm doing what am I doing next week? I'm doing
A stress test.
I'm doing the basic stress test next week.
We can double those up too. I mean, they're both exertion, but you get cleared on the stress test, and then you can do the VO2 max.
Yeah.
I'll probably wait on the VO2 for a while.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to compare just to see.
Are there any other ones that are like fun for performance sports guys be interested in?
Yeah, what's been super popular lately is getting the DEXA scan. It's,
You have a full
bone
DEXA in
density.
there?
yeah, we've got the DEXA scan. So you get on your.
Isn't that better for women?
In what way?
No, I mean, bone density scans, of course, they're more targeted towards women.
So the
osteoporosis.
So DEXAs
'cause
are
they're more
traditionally
susceptible?
used for bone density, but the fitness community has taken them because it can do total body composition. So people who are trying to
I
get
didn't know that.
stronger or build muscle or lose, fat can track their progress, and that's the gold standard medical grade.
It's the most accurate body fat, all that stuff.
That's correct.
Gotcha. I need that too.
Yeah. Yeah, those are cool. We've got the InBody machine here that's, I'd say, quasi-accurate.
Yeah.
But the DEXA is the next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a DEXA cost to kind of do that?
DEXA scan is
It's free for you, buddy.
That's what I'm saying,
It's
man.
free for you.
Gotta-
We do 200, and then you can do like bundles.
and all these
You get,
prices
like-
are on your website.
Some of them are.
Some of them are, yeah.
You can reach out to us, and we'll.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I want the people to know what they're getting into,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
But I really like that. So, a couple hundred, if I said, hey, 3 times this year, I'm going to save up $200 or $300 or $400 and go get a couple of tests done. And that's what I'm going to invest in my health. That's easy. It's convenient for me to go do. It's easy for me to save if I'm planning ahead. And for my birthday, it's kind of a lame birthday present. For my birthday this year, I'm giving myself the VO2 max test,
That's
or whatever. Whereas before, I did not know where to go do those things.
Sure.
And it was a pain to go do those things.
Yep.
So I'm glad that people like you exist out there. I'm glad I like these cash, whatever it is, pop into the dock in the box. I've got a sinus infection. I just need a Z-Pack. Here's my $100. And I'm going to go get my Z-Pack. I like that better than having to deal with Marcus's insurance stuff. I'm just kidding, Marcus. No.
It's all good with me, man.
And if people out there listening have any kind of medical billing stuff, you serve mostly doctors' offices?
Yeah, definitely doctors' offices, medical
Yeah.
practices. I'm at goldenbuilding.com. Been doing this for 26 years.
Yeah.
And we just expanded in Austin and San Antonio.
Oh, nice, man. How come you're here? How come you're not in those places, man? You must have a good crew.
Yeah, I do. Actually, they took care of me while I was out, and I'm kind of used to that now.
Oh, you're spoiled, huh? I love it. man.
I'm working my usual 3-hour days.
That's funny, man.
Just kidding.
The 3-hour work
It's a
week.
sign of a well-run business.
Yeah. So
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming in, and thanks, Marcus, for sharing your personal story.
Yeah, man.
I know it's not always fun to talk about your health, to the World Wide Web, but appreciate you doing that. And it's so cool that you're in the medical billing space, and then not that it's cool that happened to you, but
yeah.
you're married to a doctor, and so you're in this health world. And Mike, you with the longevity clinic and ranch office and everything you're up to, man.
I got to say one thing, though.
Yeah.
I want to tell you one thing. So because I'm in the medical billing space, my deductible is $6,000. So everybody who is running benefits on my my transaction is asking me for $6,000. So think about it. If he's a cardiologist, you're the surgeon, the pathologist, the CT area, they're all looking at the same benefits because no one's run a claim. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So no one's run a claim. So my deductible, the counter is still 6 every time you're running the numbers, or whenever time you're verifying eligibility. So everybody's going, Mr. Yi, you owe me $6,000. Mr. Yi, $6,000. It's like, hang on a second. I know the name of the game. You're looking at a sheet, a computer screen, and it's telling you X. It's because nobody's filed a claim. I'll give you $500, and if I owe you something, you can get it. But a lot of people who get caught in this insurance game, they get scared. They go, holy crap, it's so expensive. It's like, you got to slow down and think about what you're really doing. And I think a lot of people do a disservice to themselves by not understanding what they're buying into.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So if you buy an insurance policy and it says $6,000, you need to understand what that covers, because that's your transaction. It's not the doctor's claim. It's not the hospital's claim. It's your claim. That's what I like to
You need
do.
to start a side hustle, saving people money on
I often thought about doing that at church because a lot of people, a lot of elder people, they go, "Oh my God, what did I you know, my mother-in-law, she got a bill for $200,000 from Memorial Hermann."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is this?" And it does, they didn't even file the claim. They just sent a bill. It's like, that's weird. You know, they were like, "Oh, it was a mistake." I was like, "Okay, that's cool. I get it." You know, but you're scaring the crap out of people.
Wow. Okay.
So if you have any medical billing questions, I'm happy to talk to people. I talked to my paint and body guy. He was like, "I got this bill." I was like, "Just give me a call."
Well, it's good to know that the World Wide Web's now going to call you for their medical billing questions.
Not a problem. Happy to help. I do it all the time.
Goldenbilling.com.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, fellas. Thank you all for being here.
Absolutely.
Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
having us.
Yeah.
This was great.
Peace.